talk about parasites. And no, I don't mean people, but yes, I mean that's in there too. So I did a video a long time ago about a parasite cleanse because when I came in contact with the parasite cleanse, I was astonished at the 3D matrix effects that had on my 5-dimensional reality. And what I mean by that is 50% of people have intestinal parasites. Your guts are the birthplace of your will. And your will is not evil. Please check out my book, Earn Your Luck, if you haven't already. But your will, we've been taught that our will is evil. We've been taught not to be willful. We've been taught that our will is bad, that we're going to damage ourselves with it. We don't even trust ourselves with our will. We've literally been systematically talked out of trusting our own will and believing that it deserves punishment. But your will is innocent. Your true will is the innocence of a 5-year-old stomping her feet going, I need to have this, right? Like it doesn't have the mind to know bad. Your will is genuinely innocent and it comes from your gut space. But if you've been a person who has lots of energetic voids and you've been projected onto your whole life and stepped into other people's projections instead of into your truth, and filled yourself with the truth instead of with their lies, you're very probably prone energetically to intestinal parasites. That would be my guess. So when I did my first parasite cleanse, I could not believe the difference, the space it created in my body for me. For me. So if you think about how gross this is, I mean, if you have an intestinal parasites, they host. You are their host, right? They are a living thing that is using you, just like a parasite in real life, a person. They're a living thing that's using your sustenance, your nutrients, every juice I would drink, every salad I would eat, every healthy choice I made, despite wanting to make shitty choices. I was feeding my parasites. Your parasites take your nutrients first, which is not acceptable, period, right? So if you are void of spaces in yourself, because let's look at parasites like projections, they're in your guts and you don't even know that they're there. You don't know who is what, you or them, right? You're both eating in the same exact space. You're both living in the same exact space and they're just quietly, subtly, taking all your nutrients, thinking it's great, and you're like, oh yeah, this is great. Have no idea that actually the people around me and the things inside of me are taking up space in my physical body that could be used for me, my energetic essence. So when I did my first parasite cleanse and it created a bunch of space for me, which I was immediate. I can energetically tell immediately, like, whoa, this is creating more space in my body for myself. And that translated into easier boundaries. That is why I don't necessarily, you can have scripts for boundaries, whatever. I don't necessarily think boundaries should be taught, because when I got super clear that like, whoa, I am in here. The expulsion of them made more room for me. When I got all in here, boundaries became inevitable. They became easy. They became second nature for the most part. I'm not going to pretend it's not practice, but the feeling of like, oh my God, I'm all in here, so I don't have to cower every time a boundary comes up. I don't even have to question my own will when a boundary comes up. It just is what it is, because I can feel my guts. I can feel in my guts the signals of thy will being done through me, speaking to me, instead of the parasites or the projections eating away at my self-trust, eating away at the nutrients that I'm striving to give myself and my body and my life. They're eating away at that first. When I got rid of them and made more room for me, which is a metaphor for the external parasites in your life, which I believe the internal parasite cleanse translates in immediately to. So if you think about it, I mean, your guts, 50% of us, unknowingly, if you've never done a parasite cleanse, you should probably do one, have worms inside of our guts that we don't even know live there. Okay? So if you can clear that out and make room in your physical body for more of you and less of them. Just if you even understand how your point of attraction works, how magnetism works, how that your body is a communication device with the universe always, you're gonna have, your guts are gonna be radiating a radically different story. If you're all in them, you're gonna have to set less boundaries, because there's not that wobble effect of like, I'm not really in my guts. I'm not allowed to be in my guts. I'm not allowed to trust my guts. I don't know. They told me it was bad to trust myself. Well, the internal parasite cleanse, when you go, actually, I'm taking charge of this ship. This is my vessel. I'm going to get rid of that. And all of a sudden, you make room for yourself. And then you expand. And then, oh my goodness, preferences, your guts, your boundaries, all of that becomes easier because you're all in there. You're not wobbling all over the place in projections, in, you know, the worms taking your nutrients instead of you taking it. You're all in there. And when you get all in there, boundaries become easy. So if you haven't done a parasite cleanse yet, I would highly suggest attempting a parasite cleanse and seeing how it goes. And just so you know, a lot of us empaths, like, we tend to crave sugar. Parasites freaking love sugar. Love sugar. So if you are a sugar craving person on top of that, yeah, the cravings will dissipate immensely if you do a parasite cleanse. They did for me anyway, so I can't speak for your experience on that, but yes, please gift yourself more space inside of you by doing a parasite cleanse if you haven't already. It is so good to see you today. I am Stacy Hoch, somatic embodiment coach, author of Imperfectly Sane and Earn Your Luck, a field guide for living beyond your narcissistic parents' wildest dreams. I will see you soon. It's awesome to be here with you today. Bye.